49 trophies, 26 years, one man. Sir Alex Ferguson wasn't just a football manager, he was a dynasty builder who transformed Manchester United from underachievers into the most successful club in English football history. But before the glory, before Old Trafford became his kingdom, Ferguson was a Scottish striker fighting for recognition. His journey from the shipyards of Gavon to the pinnacle of world football reveals why his impact extends far beyond the trophy cabinet. The formative years, from player to manager. Ferguson's journey from the pitch to the touchline reveals the foundations of his extraordinary managerial career. At Dunfermline Athletic, Ferguson's striking prowess fully blossomed between 1964 and 1967. During this remarkable stint, he netted an impressive 66 goals in just 89 appearances, numbers that speak to his clinical finishing and positioning intelligence. The 1965-66 season proved particularly significant as Ferguson claimed the Scottish League's top scorer title, demonstrating the relentless drive and competitive spirit that would later define his managerial approach. His goal-scoring exploits at Dunfermline commanded attention across Scottish football, ultimately leading to a record-breaking transfer to Rangers. The move represented a significant milestone, commanding the highest fee ever exchanged between Scottish clubs at the time. Though his playing career had impressive highlights, it was on the sidelines where Ferguson would truly transform the sport. The pivotal career shift came in 1974 when Ferguson hung up his boots and stepped into management at East Stirlingshire. The modest £40 week salary might seem insignificant compared to his later achievements, but this humble beginning proved the perfect testing ground for his emerging leadership philosophy. From day one, Ferguson implemented the exacting standards and disciplinary approach that would become his hallmark. Players quickly learned that mediocrity would not be tolerated under his watch. His time at East Stirlingshire proved brief but instructive, laying the groundwork for his next opportunity at St Mirren. This appointment represented Ferguson's real canvas to demonstrate his transformative abilities. Taking over a struggling side languishing in the lower reaches of Scotland's second division, Ferguson methodically rebuilt both squad and mentality. The results were remarkable. Within a few seasons, St Mirren emerged as First Division League champions. This dramatic turnaround offered compelling evidence of Ferguson's capability to elevate teams beyond perceived limitations. However, the true managerial breakthrough awaited at Aberdeen. In an era when Scottish football operated under the iron grip of the Glasgow duopoly, Ferguson accomplished what many deemed impossible. He systematically dismantled the Celtic Rangers' stranglehold on Scottish football, guiding Aberdeen to 3 league championships. This achievement gains even greater significance considering Aberdeen's comparative resource limitations. Ferguson didn't just win titles. He rewrote Scotland's football hierarchy through tactical innovation and psychological mastery. Aberdeen's trophy cabinet expanded further under Ferguson's stewardship with 4 Scottish Cups, but it was continental competition that truly announced his arrival among Europe's coaching elite. The 1983 European Cup Winners' Cup final pitted Aberdeen against the mighty Real Madrid, a David versus Goliath scenario on paper. Ferguson's tactical blueprint proved masterful as Aberdeen stunned the Spanish giants, becoming just the 3rd Scottish club to secure European silverware. This victory represented more than just an upset, it demonstrated Ferguson's ability to outmaneuver tactically sophisticated opponents on the grandest stage. The Aberdeen team played with a perfect balance of disciplined defence and opportunistic attacking, hallmarks that would later define his Manchester United sides. When the final whistle blew in Gothenburg, Ferguson had announced himself as a managerial force capable of conquering Europe. During these formative years, Ferguson's coaching philosophy crystallised around key principles that would serve him throughout his career. His emphasis on unwavering discipline created professional environments where standards never slipped. His commitment to youth development reflected both pragmatism and long-term vision. Perhaps most importantly, Ferguson cultivated a winning mentality that transformed ordinary players into champions through sheer belief and determination. Each managerial stop provided essential lessons that prepared Ferguson for the monumental task awaiting him at Manchester United. At East Stirlingshire, he learned to establish authority. At St Mirren, he developed his rebuilding methodology. At Aberdeen, he mastered the art of toppling entrenched powers through superior preparation and tactical acumen. These experiences formed the blueprint he would later refine and perfect at Old Trafford. Building a dynasty, the Manchester United Revolution. The blueprint Ferguson crafted in Scotland would face its ultimate test at Manchester United, where he inherited not a powerhouse but a club in disarray. When Ferguson arrived at Old Trafford in November 1986, he found a once proud institution languishing in Liverpool's shadow, plagued by indiscipline and mediocrity. What began as a rebuilding project nearly collapsed before it truly began, with Ferguson facing a genuine existential crisis after a dismissal 11th place finish in 1989. The board's patience was wearing dangerously thin. Fans and media openly questioned whether the Scotsman was the right man for the job. With pressure mounting and his position increasingly precarious, Ferguson's fate hinged on an FA Cup run in 1990. The tournament proved to be the lifeline he desperately needed. The victory not only silenced critics, but bought Ferguson the precious time required to implement his ambitious vision for Manchester United's future. With his job secure, Ferguson confronted his most formidable challenge: dismantling Liverpool's stranglehold on English football. This required a complete cultural overhaul at Old Trafford. The drinking culture that had taken root needed to be eradicated. Professional standards had to be elevated. Every aspect of the club required transformation, from training methods to player recruitment, all while building a squad capable of competing for the inaugural Premier League title. Ferguson's tactical approach evolved considerably throughout his Manchester United tenure. In the early 1990s, he primarily deployed a 4-4-2 formation that maximised width and emphasised quick transitions. As threats emerged from rivals and European competition intensified, Ferguson demonstrated remarkable adaptability, continuously refining his systems to leverage the strengths of his evolving squad while neutralising opponents' tactics. His in-game management became legendary, making crucial substitutions at precisely the right moment to alter matches and secure vital victories. Ferguson understood that tactical flexibility was essential not just between seasons but within individual matches, giving his teams a decisive edge in the most consequential moments. Perhaps Ferguson's most enduring contributions to Manchester United was his unwavering commitment to youth development. The class of '92, featuring Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes, David Beckham and the Neville brothers, became the cornerstone upon which multiple championship teams were built. These academy graduates embodied the club's identity and provided a homegrown foundation that sustained success across generations. Ferguson's willingness to entrust crucial roles to young players represented a bold departure from conventional wisdom in the Premier League. This approach not only yielded tremendous results at Manchester United, but influenced clubs throughout England to invest more substantially in their academy systems. At the heart of Ferguson's success lay his extraordinary man management skills. He possessed an uncanny ability to tailor his approach to each player's unique personality and circumstances. When Eric Cantona faced severe disciplinary issues, Ferguson provided unwavering support rather than abandonment, recognising the Frenchman's vital importance to the team's success. Conversely, when even the most accomplished stars like David Beckham or Roy Keane threatened team harmony, Ferguson made the painful but necessary decisions to move them on, always prioritising the collective over any individual. Ferguson's reign witnessed intense rivalries that repeatedly tested his tactical acumen and leadership. The battles with Arsene Wenger's Arsenal defined an era in English football, culminating in the momentous 1998-99 season. Later, Jose Mourinho's Chelsea emergence presented yet another formidable challenge. Each time a serious contender threatened United's supremacy, Ferguson responded by adapting his approach, recalibrating his squad, and maintaining his team's competitive edge. No moment better encapsulates Ferguson's genius than the 1999 treble season, particularly the Champions League final against Bayern Munich. Trailing into injury time, United secured an improbable victory through Ferguson's tactical adjustments and the never-say-die attitude he had instilled in his players. This extraordinary triumph represented the perfect synthesis of Ferguson's tactical brilliance and motivational mastery, etching his name permanently in football history. Conclusion. Beyond the glittering collection of 49 trophies, Sir Alex Ferguson's enduring legacy lies in how he fundamentally transformed Manchester United into a global footballing institution. His genius wasn't just tactical innovation, but creating sustainable success through his unwavering commitment to youth development. The class of '92 represents more than just talented individuals. It embodies Ferguson's philosophy that championship teams are built, not bought. His ability to constantly reinvent his squads while maintaining a winning culture has influenced generations of managers who study his methods. What truly distinguishes Ferguson is how he balanced discipline with adaptation, creating an organisational blueprint that clubs worldwide still emulate today. His legacy isn't measured in silverware alone, but in how he forever changed football management.